The top headline for the hour: the executive director of the Eastern Africa Grain Council extolled Ethiopia as a key producer and exporter of grain. And the press secretariat Beleni meets with Addis-based international media correspondents. Greetings and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. I'm Hikma Tamam with the news for the hour. To stay with us. Ethiopia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Taye Asqassalasse, welcomed a high-level delegation led by Senator Hugo Sauri, the president of the Horn of Africa Friendship Group in the French Parliament. During their discussions, Minister Taye highlighted the long-standing and robust ties between Ethiopia and France, emphasizing cooperation and development, trade, investment, and culture. The minister also addressed the strategic importance of the Horn of Africa, pointing out Ethiopia's need for sustainable access to the sea to support its rapidly growing population and economy. He expressed concerns regarding the post-ATMIS situation in Somalia, urging careful consideration of potential multinational peacekeeping deployments in the region. Senator Sauri echoed these sentiments, recognizing Ethiopia as a pivotal anchor state in regional and continental affairs. He underscored the importance of continued collaboration between France and Ethiopia to further enhance their bilateral relations as both nations work together to address shared challenges and opportunities in the Horn of Africa. The Prime Minister's Office Press Secretary Beleni Siyum met today with foreign correspondents from leading international news agencies based in the country in a significant move to foster balanced and objective international media coverage of Ethiopia. The roundtable discussion was aimed at providing journalists with a more accurate and nuanced understanding of Ethiopia's rapid reforms and development. In a statement shared on social media following the meeting, Beleni emphasized the importance of such dialogues and ensuring news coverage reflects Ethiopia's progress while also acknowledging the challenges. She highlighted the government's commitment to inclusive growth and sustainable development. Beleni also pointed out global media coverage of Africa has often been dominated by narratives focused on disease, poverty, conflict, and political instability, which have shaped perceptions and policy decisions at the international level. The discussion underscored the need for a more balanced and comprehensive approach to reporting, with a focus on exploring ways to promote a more positive and accurate portrayal of Africa in global media. Experts are optimistic that the impending establishment of the Nile Basin Commission will usher in a new era of collaboration among riparian countries. The Cooperative Framework Agreement, opened for signature in 2010, has now been ratified by Ethiopia, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, South Sudan, and Burundi. With South Sudan's recent parliamentary approval, the necessary number of ratifications for the Commission's formation has been reached, setting the stage for a legal framework that promotes equitable utilization of the Nile waters. Dr. Said Ahmed, a scholar at Arbamanj University, emphasized that the Commission will significantly enhance fair water resource management and contributes to lasting peace in the region. Ethiopia's early commitment to the CFA highlights its dedication to regional cooperation and shared development, while also promoting mutual understanding among the Nile Basin states regarding water use.
አባ አባቶች ደግሞ እንጨት ያዘጋጃል። እናቶች ሄደው አንድ ቀን እዛ ይሰራሉ። አሻም
ይኸው ደረስን ከአዲስ ዓመት።
ማነዳ አየዶ ማነዳ በምርቃት ላይ ሀዲያ የበሬ ሻኛ ሁን የኮርማ ሻኛ ሁን።
ውርጩም ተወገደ ጨለማውም ራቀ።
ሀበይ አፊሱኮ ያሆዴ ጉዲና
ከማረቅ ሀዲ ሃሬች ያሆዴ ጉድ ከኢለጌናኒስ አነነ ያኳኒ ሞሶሮ ቶሞኔ መቶኔ ቶሞኔ ለሞኔ ሀዲ ቀረንቺ ቀረሞይ ኮይ ሁንዲም ዮበዮን ዋቻምቤሮ ሀዲ ነፈረን ደናሚስ ይሰከሙ
Welcome back. Now the final news. The Executive Director of the Eastern Africa Grain Council, Gerald Masila, says Ethiopia is a key producer and exporter of grain products to East Africa as well as outside the region. However, he reiterates that policy issues still need to be addressed to open up trade and to create competitive markets in Africa. Shagai Mata for more.
Ethiopia has immense potential in producing a wide variety of pulses, grains and cereals, and it is exporting a significant amount of products to East African countries and the world. The country is tirelessly working to maximize trade and regional integration in grain value chain. Visiting the Buy Ethiopian Products Exhibition Center hosted recently by the Ministry of Trade and Regional Integration, the Executive Director of the Eastern Africa Grain Council witnessed the country's immense potential of quality products. The Executive Director, Gerald Masila, praised Ethiopia as a key producer and exporter of grain products to East Africa as well as outside the region.
Grains and particularly pulses are in the lead among the products and the commodities and other solutions that Ethiopia has to offer to the world. And for us in the Eastern Africa region, we take Ethiopia as a very important source region given the potential in producing a wide range of grains, cereals and pulses, and also in recognizing that Ethiopia is exporting a lot of pulses and grains to the East Africa region. Ethiopia is exporting a lot to Kenya, to the Sudans, and even Djibouti, Somalia, and outside the region.
The executive director also pointed out that although tremendous efforts are being made to speed up trade value chain in Africa, a lot remains to address the standardization, specification, and harmonization of commodities to open up trade and create competitive markets.
We have a number of policy issues that need to be addressed. We need to have the standards and the specifications of the commodities harmonized so that the standards in Ethiopia are also the standards in the Eastern Africa region, and they are the same standards in the African continent and the markets that they're exporting to. So addressing standardization and harmonization of commodity standards and grading standards is very important as one of the things that we need to do to be able to open up trade. We need also our policies, particularly the trade policies, to be addressed in such a way that we don't have sort of a haphazard and unknown or unexpected policy measures like putting export bans, import bans, and even particularly addressing the whole issue also of even the price setting, so that when the buyer and seller are negotiating to agree on a price, it's important that that price be competitive.
Masila finally commended Ethiopia's endeavor in producing quality and quantity products not only to feed Ethiopia but also the East Africa, and enabled the East African Grain Council to play a vital role to strengthen trade value chain in the FCFTA.
We are happy about this approach by the government through regional integration, opening up Ethiopia into the world, and for Ethiopia to become a source producer. And we see that the biggest beneficiary will be the farmer, because the farmer in Ethiopia will now not only be looking at the strong 150 million people market in Ethiopia, but we'll be looking out to feed the rest of the other 400 million people in the Eastern Africa region. And we are seeing that this will be a quite new day, and we are congratulating the government for this very progressive move, and also encouraging our members, the members of the Eastern Africa Grain Council from Ethiopia, to take advantage of this regional trade and to be a strong player in the Africa Continental Free Trade area.
The Eastern Africa Grain Council is a non-profit council of firms and organizations in the grain value chain that is the leading voice of the grain industry in Africa, whose mandate is to facilitate efficient and profitable grain trade through various interventions.
And now, before I go, a recap of the top stories once again. The executive director of the Eastern Africa Grain Council extolled Ethiopia as a key producer and exporter of grain.